Once more. Gonna take a look at Frank Tufano's. I saw it. I opened up my phone. I was in the kitchen. I was on my phone, and I saw Frank Tufano had uploaded a video about Paul Saladino. So, gonna take a look and do some commentary. Take a look at Frank Tufano's YouTube channel. Here we go. Frank Tufano made a short about Paul Saladino.
TikTok keeps crashing when I try to stitch this, but it's basically a video of Santa Cruz defending Paul Saladino and saying, "Oh, it's okay, Paul, you look good," which is
Wow. So it's like it's interesting that Frank Tufano on his Healthmaxxing got facial surgery, and he's looking kind of weird, and then it looks very narcissistic. Where it's like he's mad about people saying somebody else is handsome. Coming from a guy that's done facial surgery and is similar to Clavicular in some way, it comes off as if he might be insecure and mad about some other man being handsome and people saying he's handsome. It looks very narcissistic. So I won't be surprised Frank Tufano would be super hurt if I make a video who looks like a freak or something like this, because come from a guy who's actually handsome, and I don't have to pay people to say I'm handsome. I'm naturally handsome, and if I need to boost my ego, I could look at myself right now in the mirror here. I look a lot better if I can follow. So I'm not like Paul Saladino. If Paul Saladino is paying people to say he's handsome, first of all, why would he be paying men to say he's handsome, not women? He was paying somebody to say he's handsome. So guys like me that are handsome don't have to pay people to say that they're handsome. And as a matter of fact, I don't care if people say I'm handsome or not. People come talk about my teeth and my eyebrows or my hair a lot of time. Make me. It's like that people get insecure because I'm better looking than most people are. So sometimes haters will come to the chat, be like, you post with your teeth, or they try to like. It's like it's desperation. So Frank Tufano. He probably really hurt by somebody like me making a video that looks like a freak, because I come from a handsome guy that's just effortlessly handsome. There's people like Clavicular, for example, the Healthmaxxers had to try real hard to use beauty creams and makeup and perfect studio lighting and the insecurities. Me, I just don't give a crap, and I'm effortlessly more handsome than Clavicular, and he has to work real hard. So it's like there's a lot of guys that have insecurities about the looks, and Frank Tufano seems to be one of them. He got facial surgery, and he was boshed by the bone. I'm not happy about that, but I won't be surprised if Frank Tufano is insecure by his looks, so he's narcissistically hurt by another guy. People saying he's handsome. That's what it looks like.
is hilarious to me because this creep weirdo Saladino has a history of paying other men to call him.
It looks a little bit like projection possible, because Frank Tufano looks kind of creepy and weird, especially after his surgery.
Handsome.
I'm not making fun of his botched surgery. That's a bad thing. He might be botched by the bone, but it looks like it could be narcissistic projection where he's hurt by somebody else being handsome, or people think he's handsome, or saying he's handsome. So it looks quite narcissistic.
I think the first time was on Mark Bell's Power podcast, and hearing
It looks like Frank Tufano might be handsome, insecure about his looks. And I'm effortlessly more handsome than Frank Tufano and Clavicular combined. I don't need somebody to tell me. I know that myself.
Mark Bell called Paul Saladino handsome, I spit my drink out. I was laughing like a little girl, dude. And I think the reason that Paul moved to Costa Rica was because the cost of living is low enough that he can afford to pay a room full of men to call him handsome to boost his ego every day. And I'm laughing just imagining how this phone call between Paul and Santa Cruz went to get him to do this video.
Santa, they're making fun of me on TikTok. Santa, how much do you want to tell him I'm handsome? Santa, how much do you want? Okay, I'll wire it over right now. I'm not creepy like that guy, Brian Johnson. I only have a few $1 billion. I don't have $100 billion. Whatever it takes, Santa, whatever it takes. Please, please, Santa, tell everyone I'm handsome.
TikTok keeps crashing when I try to stitch this, but it's basically a video of Santa Cruz defending Paul Saladino and saying, "Oh, it's okay, Paul, you look good."
Yeah, so it's actually considered jealousy. Yeah, so like I said, I do believe this could be coming from narcissism and insecurities. The Frank Tufano has been looking weird and strange, and he had a bought facial surgery, which maybe he got because he had insecurities about his looks. And now he's mad by people saying that another guy is handsome. So Frank Tufano will probably really hurt if I make a video like a short. Frank Tufano looks like a freak or something like this. Same with Clavicular. Like a guy like me would be the worst nightmare. That guy who's effortlessly looking better than like Clavicular, who's like paying for surgery and beauty creams. I look effortless. I don't try. I don't care too much, but I'm effortlessly more handsome than Clavicular. And the guys like they're trying hard to be handsome, buy beauty creams and facial surgery and all this stuff and perfect studio lighting, and I still look more handsome without trying to than they do. So the most important thing is not your looks, okay? But some guys really care a lot about it and have insecurities about the looks. So
Which is hilarious to me because this creep weirdo Saladino has a history of paying other men to call him handsome. I think the first time was on Mark Bell's Power podcast. And hearing Mark Bell call Paul Saladino handsome, I spit my drink out. I was laughing like a little girl, dude. And I think the reason that
yeah, water pouring from ceiling. So if he's got water, I actually wrote a comment after the video about holes in the roof and stuff. That is like you need to work to keep yourself from having a mold problem. Okay, because if you have water damage, you have water leaking, you're likely to have a mold problem, and that can make you super sick. I won't be surprised if already has it. So he's got to do what he got to do to manage that problem. Fans, electrical heaters. They might have to get an ozone generator running in the attic or wherever the leak is. That can cause major problems. So I find it interesting. A guy that looks like this is triggered by somebody else being handsome. Say, it's kind of like face value. It's like a guy who's got insecurities about his looks freaky, weirdo. Is talk about other people. It's triggered by somebody being handsome and people saying he's handsome.
ever since that Canadian wildfire stunt a few years ago in New York, where it was blatantly obvious they were spraying and gassing us.
Okay. As a matter of fact, I got my phone. Got to do a short video. Keeps crashing when I try to stitch this, but it's basically the video of Santa Cruz defending. Keeps crashing when I try to stitch this, but the Santa Cruz look good, which is hilarious to me because oh, you look good, which is hilarious. Saying, oh, it's okay, which is hilarious. And then Paul Saladino and saying, oh, it's okay, Paul, you look good, which is hilarious. Maybe the fact that Paul is insecure about his looks and he's getting really people by people saying that Paul was kind of weird. And then Paul Saladino. I just made it short in my bathroom. I got a link to this live stream. See if I get some extra views on. So I've been live for 8 minutes, and Do-do-do-do.
Every week or so, for the most part, especially in the warmer weather, they've been doing the same thing. So you'll notice it. Like today I came outside, it's some weird type of chemical smell, almost smells like a gas leak in some ways. The air smells like they sprayed something. And then you look in the sky and it's like gray and weird and overcast. And I don't think it has much to do directly with the geoengineering as it does to just directly poisoning people and trying to make them sick and give people respiratory issues, because you have to be super duper healthy and have air filters in your house to not be sick and debilitated.
You gotta take your vitamin C. If you're getting toxic exposure, you need to upregulate your vitamin C intake. So if there's more poisons in the air, in your home, in your body, in your food, you need more vitamin C. There is weather modification, and it's emitted. Cloud seeding. It's used in Saudi Arabia, Dubai. They make it rain over there, and they made it rain over Chernobyl. I talked about it recently. I talked about it several times. So if you're a person who believes that there's geoengineering going on, that governments are changing the weather, and people go, "Oh, you're crazy," there is admitted. It's admitted they made it rain over Chernobyl. So already in the 80s, when the Chernobyl accident happened, the Russian government made it rain over Chernobyl to limit the spread of radiation. Um, so yeah, I do believe there's geoengineering happening, but they can make it rain. That's called cloud seeding. They can make it rain, um, and there is geoengineering happening. Now, I don't believe that they're spraying poisons. They say like it could be that they're releasing things into the air that are toxic, but I don't believe that they're doing it only to like poison people. It's like people are being poisoned enough by eating the high sugar diet and using all these toxic chemical home cleaning products, and while staying deficient in vitamin C. You don't understand how incredibly useful and helpful I've been. I'm more valuable than anybody else in the health fitness industry I've seen on YouTube when it comes to teaching health fitness. And I don't give you just the boring level one stuff. It's like I take it to the root, which is like why people are sick and unhealthy, and how to deal with it. So here's the point: if you're looking to be healthier, you need to make those vitamin C. That's not the most important thing. I've been talking about that for years. Okay. So vitamin C is a broad spectrum antitoxin. Take less damage from toxin exposure if you make a dose of vitamin C. Meaning, if you're deficient in vitamin C, toxins hurt you more than if you're not deficient in vitamin C. And most people are deficient in vitamin C. This conduct of education protocol does not replace professional medical advice. Also consult a qualified healthcare professional. So I got to do this little disclaimers. So Frank Tufano is looking weirder and acting weirder than usual. He has triggered. He made a video where it's like he looks to be mad that people say this guy Paul Sardino is handsome. Now Paul Sardino might be a shilfluster scumbag. Okay. Now to me it looks like Frank Tufano might be operating, acting out insecurities, where he's like a looks maxing type of guy that got facial surgery from Dr. Tabar, possibly for aesthetic reasons, who's since been looking really weird and freaky. Uh, and he's angry about Paul Sardino. People say that he's handsome. Me, I don't have to pay people to say I'm handsome. I just see myself and I can see I look handsome. So I'm probably the worst nightmare people are Clavicular and Frank Tufano. Like a guy who's just naturally, effortlessly handsome, no facial surgery, no beauty creams, no metrosexual methods. Metrosexual measure. I don't go to beauty salons. I don't have to have perfect studio lighting. It's just effortlessly I look better at Clavicular. I'm not joking. Let's look at Clavicular so I can change the title. Frank Tufano, comma, Clavicular weirdos or something like this. Go Clavicular. Clavicular. Yeah. So it's effeminate in of itself to be a man who's like hyper focused on your appearance, that you care too much about your looks. Where it's like you're going to beauty salons and all this stuff. It's like metrosexual. I had a phase where I was a young man in my 70s and where I was like 17, 18, 19, 20, where I was using all this like hair wax and stuff. And it's like I grew out of that. Okay. It's like there's something to, yeah, there's something weird about caring too much. And I'm handsome than Clavicular. And it's like a beauty YouTuber. It's just all about handsomeness, and I'm more handsome
Well,
than
an
he is.
online influencer named Clavicular
Look how weird he looks.
is
And he's got like bizarre stuff that does, like punch himself in the face to create swelling on the cheekbones. Okay. Meaning he punched himself in the face to create swell on the cheekbones. Because I guess he doesn't have the genetics to give like pronounced cheekbones. So he's punched himself in the face to give swelling and all this weird stuff. I'm not about looks maxing. I recommend Healthmaxxing. So it's better you focus on being healthier and good looks will follow. So if you work to be healthier, you look better. I actually have videos before and after where I haven't visibly aged in 10 years. Understand? I look not a day older now than I did 10 years ago. 2016 versus 2026. So I got aged versus I look better now and younger now than I did 2016. I got to pull it up. Search before and after. I can show it to you. Search before, after. Yeah. Here. Before and after. So this is around 2016. This is around 2016. I don't look a day older now. This picture was from around 2016. See? And I look younger now than I did then. This is around 2016. This is also around either 2014 or 2016. So I haven't aged visibly in 10 years, in a decade. I look better now than I did 10 years ago because I actually hold the keys to health fitness, to anti-aging, longevity, health fitness. So, and I didn't work to look better, I worked to be healthy. And if you work to be healthier and fitter, good looks will follow.
being charged with misdemeanor battery. The 20-year-old was arrested for an active warrant out of Osceola County. He's a proponent of Healthmaxxing, which is taking extreme measures like surgery and an attempt at jaw sculpting. Local 10's Jeff.
And do you understand? So this guy's like me, they're born with genetics. And it's like Clavicular pays millions of dollars to look 50% as good as I do naturally, just effortlessly. I didn't even take a shower today. I don't know, just not even trying. I look 25% at least better than him. And he's got perfect studio lines, facial surgery, and creams, and all this stuff, and working real hard, just effortlessly. I'm more attractive than he is. So, it's kind of bizarre that he was spent so much money and time to Healthmaxxing. The reason, if you look into it, and I hadn't followed this guy, but I saw a video where he said it. So it's like he believes that people are attractive have better outcomes. There's something called the halo effect, for example, where the power of good looks. You can search on YouTube, and some guys that are not good looking, they feel they feel like they are missing out, and they are. There is advantages of being attractive. There are advantages of being attractive. Now here's the point. I don't recommend looks maxing. I recommend Healthmaxxing, health fitness maxing. And if you learn from me how to be healthy and you apply it, you will look better. If you learn from me how to get healthier and you apply what you learn, you will look better as a side effect, as an outcome. So your emphasis should be to be healthy And if you work to be healthy, you will look better. And the most important thing is not your looks, it matters, but it's not the most important thing.
After Darian is informed.
Healthmaxxing, which is when you
It just looks freaky and weird away. See, it's like with all the hard work, it actually makes it worse. Like the facial surgery and stuff makes him look worse. See, it's like Frank Tufano, the surgery made it look weird. So it's like trying real hard to look better made him look worse, made it look weird. Looks real weird.
drastically alter your physical appearance to look as lean as possible. He has over 8 here. We'll have the
of him leaving.
Freaking weird. So some part of your attractiveness is determined by your genetics, which means quality genetics lead to high IQ and handsomeness, like what I have, which I have both quality genes, and I'm supposed to be ashamed of that. No, it's like good genes. I got good genes. Commonly correlated with good genetics lead to good facial symmetry, which registers as handsomeness in man and beauty in women. And good genes also make it easier to get in shape and stay in shape because you're gonna have high testosterone than men with bad genetics. So yeah, I got good genetics. So some part of your attractiveness level is predetermined. Not all men were born equal, understand? And that hurts people that were born inferior. It's better to be handsome and intelligent than to be ugly and dumb. Okay? And you can pretend that no, all human beings are born with inherent value to God, meaning God died for all souls. So each human soul is worth dying. It's worth God dying for the sins of each human being. But you have value, we're more or less valuable to other people, like the marketplace, meaning you can be more valuable as a firefighter if you're a man versus if you're a woman. A man is going to be a better firefighter, better at breaking down doors and chopping an axe and dragging a body out of a burning building or so, okay, on the back. Just inherently, he's born better for that job, see? Do you understand? And for powerlifting, the average man is going to be better born, superior to a woman in lifting weights, understand? Just strength, average male to average female, the average man is going to be born stronger, understand? Anything from hand size to like grip strength to everything, the average man is going to be stronger than the average woman, which means if there's a job that requires strength, the average man is superior to the average woman and more valuable. See, so it's like if I would pass out right now, there was a kitchen fire and held smoke, and I pass out, a man would be better at breaking down my door and dragging me out of the or carrying me on his back out this apartment than a woman, like the average woman. He'd be better at that job, breaking down my door and getting my body out of this house. He'd be better at that, okay? Which means he'd be more valuable, superior to the average woman. He'd be more valuable. If this is a job, somebody needs a life saved right now, that man would be better for that job. See? So, not all men were born equal, and that makes some guys feel bad. I don't care, understand? Yes, I'm superior to the average man, intellectually and in looks and stuff. So, I am a superhuman, and I'm not gonna play small, understand? So it's better to be not only am I more attractive, hence I got everything, beauty, brains, brawn, everything. It's like I got charisma, I got beauty, I got a genius IQ confirmed by psychology IQ test. A psychologist administered IQ test, and I got tested for autism, confirmed I'm extraordinarily intelligent, recommend I apply for Mensa after getting an IQ test, which is a high IQ club. So not only am I more handsome than the average person, I got a higher IQ. I'm also multi-talented, where I'm more athletic. Do you understand how rare it is to be a person like me? How high value I am, high status. I'm in the fitness elite, top 1%, ripped with a six-pack. Only 1 in 25,000 men have a six-pack. I also have an IQ in the 98%, which means I'm smarter than 90% of people in this world. Okay, so I'm handsomer than 90% of people, smarter, higher IQ than 90% of people, more athletic than 90% of people. I'm a true superhuman. The other side, it's rare to have a 98% IQ. That's really rare. Do you know how rare it is to have 98% IQ and be the top 1% male fitness elite, and also be handsomer than 9% of people at the same time. That's incredible high value. Why do you think I'm so dangerous to the deep state now what I know? Because there's a power to being intellectual, being smart and handsome. People ask me, why would you be so important? That shows how dumb you are. Okay. It's like a person being as high powered individual as I am, knowing what I know, it's gonna be incredibly dangerous to them. So, anyways, the point. Some part of your looks is determined by your genetics. So there's genetics that determine you can't be born with genes that make you ugly and then make yourself be super handsome. But you have some maneuvering room, okay? You can influence your outcomes to some extent. So some outcomes are predetermined. I mean, if you're gonna be short, for example, if you're born with genetics that make you be like 5'2", and your genetics are like built to 5'2", you're gonna be 5'2", okay? Um, but there's things you can do to change things to some extent. So that's the point. Some part of your attractiveness level is determined by genetics, like your IQ, for example. Now, there's things that if a person is born with genetics, I think the average IQ is around 100, mine is above 137, okay? The average IQ is around 90 or 100 or something like this, okay? No one will live in a world full of fucking retarded, brainwashed zombies. And on top of people being born with shitty genes, like a lot of people have bad genes, and okay, it's like they're dumbing themselves down to lifestyle, high sugar diet, frying the fucking brain, being vitamin C deficient, everything else. So that most people are born with genetics to make them mediocre looking and mediocre IQ. And then they live a lifestyle designed to make themselves uglier and dumber. And then they're surprised why they're dumber and uglier, okay? So that's the point. Some part of how attractive you are, much like how smart you are, is determined by your genetics. So I was born with genetics to give me a superior intellect, it's smarter than most people. And this is not just something I made up. I got tests for autism. One of the multi-day tests was an IQ test. So we're going for multi-day testing for Asperger's. And after like the days are over, they're gonna have the wrap-up day. I get the diagnosis. Like one of the tests I gave was an IQ test. We don't tell people the number score, but you score really high. And maybe you should try applying for Mensa, I should recommend. You hear about Mensa, I recommend you apply for it. And what she wrote down was, I'm extraordinary intelligent, borderline gifted status, something like this. So, so the entry test for Mensa is an IQ test, and you have to be a genius to apply. So, anyways, the point. Some part of your how smart you are and how good looking you are, that's going to be determined by your genetics. So it's predetermined when you're born if you're going to be a genius or not. You can't be a guy that's got mediocre genetics that your genes are to get 115 IQ, and then based off of your lifestyle, you can get 190 IQ, something like this. But you can move up and down a little bit. So if you have genetics to get 115 IQ, and then you eat a high sugar diet, you're deficient vitamin C, and all these other things, you might go from 115 to 107. Okay. And if you would address your toxic lifestyle, make changes, you might get to where you should be in genetics. Understand? You could even go a little bit above. So your looks level is determined by genetics to a large extent, just as your IQ is. But you can make a difference. So if a person is born with genetics, to make them kind of mediocre looking, they can't make themselves look like a super handsome person, really, but they can look a little bit better. And if a person is born with genetics to manifest a mediocre IQ, they can make themselves a little bit smaller. We got the gangstalking trolls in the chat again. That weirdos, okay? And it's interesting how I'm not a rapist, I'm not a pedophile, but it's interesting how the cyber stalkers are. It's like, Mike, you're a rapist, you're a pedophile, and interesting how what they're saying is it's like call me calling being Mike, so I hate is being a liar, understand? Attack with lies. I'm not 5'3", I'm 5'11", actually. Okay. No, we shouldn't. I'm not a rapist, I'm not a pedophile. This is a gang stalker. No, they shouldn't. Well, that means that you're crazy if you actually believe that. I don't think so. I'm not a pedo, I'm not a rapist. People go check out my criminal records. I don't have sex offenders. I haven't raped anybody. I'm not a pedo. Okay. So it's a bizarre. It's the same person. It's the same person. You're gonna get blocked, okay? But thanks for continuing. I don't have four right now, which is a lot more than I normally do. Possibly because your spamming comments in the chat is helping the algorithm a little bit. And also because I made a short and link to this. I made a short on Frank Tufano. You gotta get blocked. Okay. You gotta get blocked. But look at these freaks. This is a cyber stalker. This is a cyber stalker. Okay. And they made the account today just to harass me. It's the same person, gang stalker, that has several accounts. Okay. And it's like you're not winning, understand? Nobody is believing I'm a rapist or a pedophile because you spam me there in the chat. Just like there's people are not believing that I'm 5'3" because you spam me. I'm 5'3" in the chat. And it seems to be a pattern. They're saying things but not true. Okay. So yeah, I'm not 5'3", I'm 5'11" with shoes. Maybe 5'9", 5'10" without shoes. Okay. But it's like the way I measured it with my shoes. Okay. So 5'11" with shoes and without shoes 5'9", 5'10" maybe. If I stand up straight, 5'9", 5'10". So 5'11" is what my ID card shows. Okay. 180 centimeters, which is 5'11". With shoes, because when you measure yourself at the police station, with ID card, they have like a slider, and you stand against the wall, and you move the slider to touch your head, and then you turn and look, and that's what it's 180 centimeters with my shoes, and without shoes maybe 5'9". So 5'10", 5'9", 5'10", 5'9" and a half maybe. So yeah, I'm not 5'3", and I'm not a pedophile, and I'm not a rapist. But it's kind of interesting how you're a little coward. Okay. It's like a little coward. What's the matter, little coward? It's like, here's the thing. The other day, they were like, I'm outside your house. Like in the middle, I had pulled all night up drinking whiskey. And it's like, this same person who's a gang stalker, paid to gang stalk control. I'm a gang stalk Tom Reed. I'm talking with a secret phone called gang stalk Tom Reed. Those are people recruited to harass Milan in real life. And most of the real life tone is very subtle because it's trying to make me look crazy if I talk about how I'm talking. Do you understand? And this person was on another account the other day, like, I'm outside, okay? And I go, oh, really? It's like, you're a coward. It's like, I'm outside. And I go, okay, yeah, sure. I go outside and look for him. And I have my phone with me. So what? It's like, I was ready to deal with him. I go outside, they're not outside my door. Come back, okay, you said you're outside, where are you? And they go, no, I'm not. Okay, then I walk downstairs and look for them outside. They're not nowhere. It's like, you little coward, understand? You'd never talk trash to my face, understand? You're a scared coward. You're a filthy, weird little coward gang stalker, okay? And you're not winning. It's like, you're not winning. It's like I was already, it's like, it's not like I was, it's like, it's not like you're having an effect. It's not like before you showed up, I was in a good mood, and then after you showed up, now I'm in a bad mood. You're not really winning. You're not affecting change. You're just wasting your time here. So yeah, this little cowboy gang stalker. What a weirdo. What a weirdo. You most likely not built like this, ripped with a six pack. Yeah, so back to what I was saying. On looks max, and some like how attractive you are, a big part is determined by your genetics. Okay. And some men like me were more superior. And I'm not gonna shy away from that. meaning not all men were born equal. It's better to be intelligent and handsome than to not be. And I'm going to tell you this, I am unapologetically a superior man, a superhuman. Do you know how rare it is? It's rare enough to be as intelligent as I am. 98% have a genius IQ. That's very rare. Or maybe 1 in 100,000 people have a genius IQ. Well, 130. But to be both that and handsomer than 99% of people, meaning be smarter than 99% of men and better looking. So it's rare to be as good looking as I am, as handsome. Handsomer than 90% of men. That's rare. It's rare to be smarter than 90% of men. But to be both smarter and handsome than 90% of men, that's twice rare, super rare. Okay. On top of that, to be as athletically talented as I am, if you watch my training videos, now there's three things: really athletically talented, really handsome, really smart. That's super rare. So I could make a new YouTube channel called Mike's Side of Superhuman Life podcast, obviously, if I wanted to. But it's like, I don't have to. So yeah, I understand that this is really hurting my haters. Just like, oh, Mike is handsome and he knows it. It's like, yeah, because I'm not gonna play small and say, oh, I'm nothing special. No, I'm something special. Okay, I'm something special, buddy. So, um, yeah, let's look at Clavicular here.
Up and it'd be quite brutal. People would sort of have their respective.
Look how weird he looks. So there's some things money can't buy, like looks to them that I have. This guy's paid maybe $1 million to make himself look handsomer, and he's still less handsome than I am without spending a cent. I'm saying, well, there's things that I do, which returns to the point I was starting to make before. Your looks are predetermined to a large extent, okay, as your IQ level is. So you can't go from being born with genes that are mediocre genetics, genes that are like built to a mediocre IQ, like average IQ, and then by your lifestyle makes yourself a genius. Okay, it's like, so if your gene says built to 115 IQ, and then you can't change your lifestyle to a point where you're gonna have 190 IQ or something like this, or 160, or 150 or something like this. But you can make a little bit of a difference. If you born with genetics to not be that handsome, you can't become like a supermodel handsome with a lifestyle, but you can make a big difference. So there are things you can do to look better and get smarter, look and feel and perform better, and get smarter. So even with genetics, like what I have, I showed before and after pictures before. I gotta look at them again. Before, after, I'm searching on Facebook. Yeah, so here. So it's not that I changed my genetics, but if you look here on the left side, I looked a lot sicker and uglier, say, less handsome. So it's not that I changed my genetics. So it's like, obviously, even if you have genetics to be handsome as I am, notice how my lifestyle, having things like getting sick, um, having vitamin deficiencies, a lot of inflammation stuff, it can make a guy who's got genetics to be super handsome be less handsome. See? So it's not that it's like, oh, everything's set in stone. No, a guy can have genetics to be super handsome, and then based on his lifestyle, he can be less than super handsome. So you can influence, you can change outcomes, but not you can't go from being mediocre IQ to being a super genius, okay? But you can make a difference. So, and I've been freely sharing this with people, like secrets to success, how to look better, feel better, perform better. And your emphasis shouldn't be looks maxing. I don't recommend having a tendency like trying too much, trying too hard to look better. Your emphasis, your focus should be to be healthier and fitter. And if you work to be healthier, good looks will follow. So when I was sick, I was looking worse. This is around 2016. So it's rare to have a person being able to show before and after. It's incredible. This type of stuff that risk going viral from. That people are worried about things like this. They're viral, like a guy who can teach you how to age in reverse, understand? And he's got the pictures to prove he's been doing it. This is very attractive, understand? And this is what they're worried about. So everybody's a point. Look at this here, or the other one. I have another picture. Well, look at this, okay? This is looking great here. This is the picture I was looking for. So I look better now than I did 10 years ago. I've aged in reverse, so I look younger now than I did 10 years ago. 2016, I looked half as good and older than I do now. So the beauty of that is I didn't age a day visibly in 10 years, understand? So I look better now and younger than I did 2016. Why? Because I was sick. And if you get, like I told you, focus on getting healthy and good looks will follow. So when I was sick and tired, I looked uglier, a lot uglier. So my genetics are the same. My genetics are to be a handsome man. But getting sick and tired, I need to change my lifestyle to get healthier. And I look better. So a lot of people are right now less smart than the genes said that they should be. Understand? Most people are uglier than the genes are for them to be. Most people are looking worse than they should. It's like the genetics are make the girl be this handsome or the girl be this beautiful, and most people are not living up to genetics. Where the genetics are like be this smart and this beautiful. People are not actualized. The genetics are not actualized. So the problem is not about getting higher, it's like just getting closer to where you should be. Okay. So being sick and tired, look at that way. It's like I wasn't focused on looking better. I was focused on getting healthier, and getting healthier with good looks follow. Vitamin C make it all sing. Vitamin C is one of the most important, beautiful inside and out. Vitamin C gives you energy. It helps with inflammation. It's just good for you. And it also helps with skin quality. So it's important. What are some major changes? Well, daily vitamin C mega dosing since back then. Daily vitamin C mega dosing, getting health and health over time. Start to mega dose vitamin C and keeping at it. Slowly over time, I get better and better, okay? What else? Cutting down on the sugar. Sugar, vitamin C are the opposites. Sugar makes you sick, vitamin C makes you healthy. Sugar gives you inflammation, vitamin C lowers it. Sugar expedites disease progress, hastens it. Vitamin C retards it. Vitamin C slows down like how fast the disease is. If this disease is progressing, it's getting worse, it slows it down. So vitamin C makes you more beautiful. It gives you energy. Sugar robs of energy, makes you uglier. So like vitamin C and sugar are diametrically opposed. Sugar also competes with ascorbic acid for absorption. So not only sugar competes with ascorbic acid, aka vitamin C, for absorption. So if you're eating a high sugar diet, you absorb less of the vitamin C that you're taking. Also, whatever vitamin C is absorbed, a lot of it will be burnt up to deal with oxidative stress and inflammation that the sugar is causing. Okay. So you absorb less vitamin C if you consume a lot of sugar. And a lot of vitamin C that is absorbed is burnt up to counteract oxidative stress and inflammation that the sugar is causing. It's like your vitamin C needs, your body uses a lot of vitamin C to heal the damage that the sugar is causing. You absorb less vitamin C if you have a high sugar diet. And you need more vitamin C because the sugar is making you sick. And vitamin C is the fuel for healing in your body. Okay. So here's the point. Two major changes in like what made the difference in me looking sick and tired and I look better and younger. Daily mega dose of vitamin C and reducing my sugar intake. So around the 2016, I still hadn't gone on like a radical low sugar diet. And I was taking vitamin C, but it takes time. It's like you had to take vitamin C daily and you get effect over time. A lot of people feel if they take my advice and start taking 6 grams of vitamin C per day, or even 3 per day, in the way that I recommend it, type in a month, they would feel a difference within a week. This is why they had to work to try to get people to take my advice, because my competence as a health fitness expert will be proven by people. Understand? So they had to keep people from taking my advice, because if they take my advice, they'll be persuaded by results. People's minds are more easily changed by observation and argument. Understand? So people write in the chat, Mike is ugly, but they're seeing a handsome face on camera. This doesn't change how people see me. That Mike's ugly, they're observing a handsome face because this is an ugly face all they want. It's like the most important things what people are seeing, understand, and experiencing. So here's the point. They're working to persuade people with argument to not try vitamin C megadosing, because if they do, they'll be persuaded by the results. Okay, so if people take vitamin C, take my advice generally, and if they take only the part of all my coaching and health fitness advice and teaching, if they only take the vitamin C part advice to get the baseline 2 grams of vitamin C 3 times per day, or even less, like 1 gram 3 times per day, for a lot of people make enough, will be enough to make a difference, noticeable difference. A lot of people, they will start taking serious amounts of vitamin C, and they'll be taking pathetic puny amounts. If they'll take serious amounts of vitamin C, they will notice that they feel better. They will feel the difference, understand, within a week of daily taking serious amounts of vitamin C. They would notice a difference. So if people start taking 6 grams of vitamin C per day, as I'm recommending, 2 grams 3 times per day, pure ascorbic acid, 2 grams morning, 2 grams middle, 2 grams end of the day. And I can teach on that other times, but I have this other more vitamin C, just what is it, STC that sucks, has calcium in it and fucking sugar. There was a guy who was guess I'll take this STC or whatever brand it was, and I looked, it's got like more sugar than vitamin C in it, okay? And it's got calcium and some other bullshit. I don't recommend supplement with calcium, but that's not the message. Calcium is good for you. No, most people have toxic levels of calcium and iron as well. So here's the point. If people would start taking 2 grams of vitamin C 3 times per day, as I've been recommending, that's my baseline protocol. 6,000 milligrams, they'll start taking 2 grams of vitamin C 3 times per day. I believe that more than 50% of people taking advice will, within a week, ranging from a week, 7 days, to a month, 30, notice a difference in how they look, feel, some difference, okay? If they would notice if they started taking 2 grams of vitamin C 3 times per day, totally 6 grams per day, pure ascorbic acid, not effervescence, not orange juice, not try to get 6 grams by eating oranges, something like this. Pure ascorbic acid, either in capsules or mixed into water. And if you start doing that, more than 50% of people, at least 50% of people take the advice. We'll have 100 people watch my videos, taking only that part of all my health fitness advice, which is good. 2 grams of vitamin C 3 times per day. I believe that more than half of the people, 50%, will within a week to a month. Do you understand? Some as short as 1 week, some a month, will notice a difference in how they look or feel. They will notice a positive difference by taking 6 grams of vitamin C per day. If that's after 3 days, they look themselves in the mirror, they feel like their skin looks a little bit better. And if not that, they will notice that they have more energy. They'll notice that they're not as tired as easy. They will notice the difference how they feel mentally, the mental sharpness, they feel smarter possibly. Do you understand? There's a noticeable difference. Okay. So I'm incredibly valuable. and more valuable than Greg Bissett, more valuable than Vegan Gains, more valuable than Ben Assadi, Shell Bitch Boy Ben Assadi. Okay, this scam artist, drama queen, like he's just overhyping things. I'm not a rapist, I'm not a pedo, and I'm not 5'3", okay? There's one of these gang stalks in the chat. Oh, no, do you think I'm sensitive to blood? I'm all about the blood. Through faith in his blood, the blood of Christ is what saves a person. But they're trying to get me sensitized to stuff like blood or something like this. The same person that spam cast blah blah blah. Like I'm sensitive. He's so pathetic. He's like, you're trying to get me triggered. You're building my confidence by trying and failing at doing things. You don't understand this, like winning psychology, micro victories. I can detect that my enemy is trying to have a certain effect with his behavior, and it's not working, which is a micro win for me. So, what is the point? You're trying desperately to hurt me, but you just build my confidence. If I was a boxing guy is swinging and trying his hard to hurt me, it's like I'm not hurt. Do you understand? So it's like, yeah. So, okay, yeah. I'm not 5'3", boy. I'm 5'11", okay? One of these days I might find my tape measure. Last time this guy was in here, I was like, where's my tape measure? So I can prove it. I like to prove people wrong sometimes. So no, I'm not 5'3". I'm 5'11" with shoes. Without maybe 5'9", 5'10". Depending on my posture, I guess. If I stand up straight against the wall, it's gonna be between 5'9", 5'10" somewhere. With shoes 5'11". I'm not 5'3". So this is one of these gang stalkers, payday gang stalker trolls, and you're not succeeding what you're doing. It's like you're not winning, you're just failing. What a weirdo you are. Gotta get blocked. Gotta get this one of these. Get it blocked. I don't be bullied. I'll be bullied. Oh. I'm gonna block the person. You're a gang stalker. You're a silly gang stalker. Pathetic. Gotta get blocked. There you go. You're gonna have to go make a new account and come back spamming the chat again. It's like you don't understand. It's like you harass me is not to stop my success. Nobody's believing I'm a rapist or a pedophile because you spam me in the chat. Nobody is believing that I'm 5'3". And the type of people who believe a smear campaign, flying monkey, gang stalker, just writing stupid lies in the chat, and like obviously being mentally ill and crazy. It's like this type of people I don't care about the opinion anyway. And it's like me getting crashing out. It's not hurt my success. It's like Frank Tufano is constantly reacting and like being triggered and doing drama content about this and that, and he's getting a lot of views, understand engagement. So as a matter of fact, me getting triggered is probably making me get more views and traction on social media than if I was never triggered and like always calm on camera. I'm not joking. So some people they have to try to like create drama and like fake being upset about stuff like this. That's not a problem that I have. It's like for me, I had to work to control, but I just have to understand. So yeah, you're not getting what you want. Okay, you're a cyber stalker, paid cyber stalker, and it's quite pathetic actually. Trying and failing, trying and failing. So back to what I was saying. People can look, feel, and perform better if they take my advice. And if you don't, then don't take my advice. You could have been slowing down aging reverse all these years. You haven't listened to me. You've been wasting time listening to people that have not been telling what I've been telling you. If you would have found my channel 4 years ago, you would have heard day one. If you came to my chat, asked me, what should I do to be healthier or so, look better for this. 2 grams of vitamin C 3 times per day. You would have heard about vitamin C megadosing. And you would have been aging slower all these years if you would have found me earlier. Now, it's better late than never. You would have been aging slower if you would have been listening to me all these years. Now, better late than never. Better late than never. I do believe that it's possible that Frank Tufano has been speaking the truth when I say it's being shadow banned by YouTube. I believe I get the same thing on YouTube. And he's talking about being gang-stalked. Now, he's not getting gang-stalked, I'm being gang-stalked. I don't talk about secret persecution called gang-stalking. So he might be getting some type of gang-stalking, but it's not the type of gang-stalk that I get. I also see him to upload crazy talk videos to his YouTube channel, like it's trying to look like a shield. I said like the crazy talking fake TIs will always like start crazy talks in later about aliens or the flat earth, stuff like this. And I upload some short about the flat earth or aliens, the hiding aliens from the flat earth. So okay, it's something like that. So here's the point. Frank Tufano, I'm not for him being harassed or targeted. And if he's being gangster, I'm not for that. But he is a toxic person. Okay. He is toxic. He might be less toxic than some other influencers, some other YouTubers. And he might be, I've actually been giving his due. I said okay, so back in the day when I came to his channel, years back, he was a big part of the problem. Because I came to this chat, talk about vitamin C meganos can make a big difference for health fitness. And he goes, no, Parrot's matrix system, SEAL talking points. He goes, no, not more than 2 grams or something like this. It's just peed out expensive Europe. It's that deep state matrix system myths, okay? Whereas you would have been listening to Mike Sauer, Tom Lever, Andrew Saul all these years, you would have heard multi-gram amounts of vitamin C per day is what you should be doing. Okay, but Frank Tufano was like part of like the matrix system, deep state SEAL propaganda, brainwashing, because there's an agenda to have people sick. And a very important part of health is not be vitamin C deficient. And most people are vitamin C deficient. So you need multi-gram amounts. A human adult needs multi-gram amounts, meaning more than 2 grams. A human adult needs multi-gram amounts of vitamin C per day. And if you're getting sub-multi-gram amounts, you're getting too little. So, and he was a natural sources guy, which is a problem. We would make videos about, yeah, zinc is good for you, and have a sort of whiteboard and talk about the benefits of zinc. And they'd be like, king crab has a lot of zinc, and this beet or something. Okay, now that's a problem too. Where if the deep state, that if people are like, oh yeah, vitamins are important, then they want to default to what foods should I eat more of to get the vitamins. You cannot get therapeutic amounts of vitamin C from that alone. You can't get therapeutic amounts of magnesium. You can't kind of get therapeutic amounts of magnesium. You need multi-gram amounts of magnesium to optimally. More than 1,000 milligrams human body needs. Get at least 1,000 milligrams of magnesium per day. And you should divide into 2 doses, like a morning dose of 500 milligrams and a morning dose of an evening dose of 500. Buffer with a meal, some types of magnesium and like high amounts to give liberum upset stomach. So with magnesium, you can take a morning dose, 0.5 gram, and an evening dose, 0.5 gram, if you get on the baseline gram of magnesium per day. So that's the point. Don't think that you should be looking to your diet to cover your vitamin needs. Okay. It's similar to like bodybuilders. They don't rely on what they're eating alone for protein to get protein shakes. They get a powder dissolved into water because to get therapeutic amounts of protein, like get effective amounts of protein, not rely on just eating eggs and steak and stuff. There's a point diminishing returns. There's a limit where it's like you can't get enough protein from eating steak and eggs and all this extra protein shakes a lot of them do. Okay. That type of mentality applies to vitamins. Where it's like, yeah, a person who's not going to take supplements, you're better off eating fruits and vegetables so you're getting some vitamins. You're less deficient than if you don't eat fruits and vegetables, but you're not going to get enough. So an average size lemon contains less than 100 milligrams of ascorbic acid. Okay. So 10 lemons would be less than a gram of vitamin C. And I'm telling you to take 6 grams of vitamin C. You get about 60 lemons per day. No, you need to supplement with it. You're gonna have to do this medical disclaimer again. This call does not provide medical advice. Read the disclaimer. So everything I said is my personal opinion. So I don't like having to use disclaimers and stuff like this, but it's what you gotta do. So it's not that I use disclaimers because I think my advice could kill you or something. It's just certain platforms are sensitive. A lot of people got the channels closed down during COVID to talk about health fitness. Okay. So anyway, that's the point. Yeah, you need multi-gram amounts of vitamin C per day. And if you take 2 grams of vitamin C 2 grams of vitamin C 3 times per day, total 6 grams per day, you notice the difference within a week to a month at most. Most people, I would say. Most people will notice the difference in how they look or feel mentally or physically if they pay attention. If you're not introspective enough, you just distract all the time. But if you pay attention to how you feel, you might notice a difference in how you feel within a week, and if not within a week, within a month. Start taking 2 grams of vitamin C 3 times per day. And if you feel like, wow, that's too much, well, start with 3 grams then. That might be enough to feel difference, possibly day 1 too. Like that first day of getting 3 grams of vitamin C. So take a gram in the morning, gram in the middle of the gram at the end of the day. There'll be 3 grams. So if you are able to get the 6 grams, you could try 3 grams week 1. So I'm not going to overdo it. It's up to you. You can take my advice or not. I know my advice is good. And people have taken it, they've prospered. So the deep state matrix system want you weak. They want you mentally weakened. They want you ugly, sick. They care more about you being. They work to keep everybody low power. The deep state are working to keep everybody down and weak and sick because you're easy to control that way. And a lot of Americans are fucking junkies. Like, this is why they project. It's like, I'm not on big pharma drugs. It's like the average American is like on some kind of big pharma drug, antidepressants, anti-anxiety and stuff like this. They're sugar addict, porn addict. Which why I hate is called Mike, you're a junkie, you're on drugs, you're on meth. I'm not on meth. So they want you weak, they want you addicted to sugar, they want you addicted to big pharma drugs, they want you on. I'm not saying nobody should be getting medications, but it's like a lot of people are addicted to drugs, they're addicted to big pharma drugs and sugar addict. And yeah, so if you want to improve your health, 2 things most important. Mike's advice: cut down on the sugar, stay below 10 grams of sugar per day, and if not below 10, under 20. Okay, so aim to stay below 20 grams of sugar per day, and get 6 grams of vitamin C. So that's those 2 things will make a huge difference for you. Getting 6 grams of vitamin C per day, and less than 20 grams of sugar. And even better, less than 6 grams of sugar while getting 6 grams of vitamin C per day. More specifics on the vitamin C: 2 grams 3 times per day. So you take 2 grams in the morning, 2 grams midday, 2 grams, totaling 6 grams per day. What type of vitamin C? 46 grams a day, divided 3 doses. Pure ascorbic acid. I buy it on Amazon. in a kilo bag. So you buy pure ascorbic acid powder, or you buy the powder in capsules. You want pure ascorbic acid, vitamin C powder. Ascorbic acid is vitamin C is ascorbic acid. So you want pure ascorbic acid either in capsules or loose powder. And how I get vitamin C is mix it into water. I buy vitamin C powder, ascorbic acid, mix it into water. A heaping teaspoon is 6 grams vitamin C approximately. It could be like 6.1 or 5.8 depending on like the spoon size. Like a teaspoon, like a cup, okay? So there can be some difference in the teaspoon size. But you get a heaping teaspoon. I'll teach right now how to follow my advice, the protocol, 6 grams vitamin C per day, in the way they recommend it. This is a pint glass, half liter glass. Got a little bit of coffee in here. You get a hold of pure ascorbic acid powder. You can order on Amazon or find it somewhere else. You want pure ascorbic acid vitamin C powder, which means you search vitamin C powder or ascorbic acid powder. And if you find something that looks promising, I know pretentious baker, unpretentious baker is a better case on Amazon. Don't care about what the brand is. You find a vitamin C, a kilo, a pound, 2 pounds, whatever. You buy a big amount of vitamin C online, pure ascorbic acid, or in real life. So once you get the vitamin C powder, pure ascorbic acid, you get a heaping teaspoon and half liter glass, a pint glass. You scoop up a heaping teaspoon of the vitamin C powder, dump it in there, fill it to a third with water, then you stir it. So okay, so it's like I don't have to over explain things. So you get a big amount of vitamin C, ascorbic acid. If you're a retarded idiot, I'm using big words and you're retarded. And somebody will go, ascorbic acid feels dangerous acid. Yeah, ascorbic acid is the science name for vitamin C, you fucking idiot. Okay? Ascorbic acid is vitamin C. Meaning when scientists measure vitamin C content in lemon, they write ascorbic acid amount 87 milligrams of this lemon or something like this. Do you understand? It's like water, aka H2O. See? H2O. Water, aka H2O. So ascorbic acid is the science name for vitamin C. Vitamin C is ascorbic acid. It's the same thing. Ascorbic acid is vitamin C is ascorbic acid, just like water, aka H2O, or hydrogen peroxide, H2O2. So that's the point. It's like salt. It'd be like NaCl or saline solution. So I might call it salt water, and I might call it saline solution, something like this. Okay. So what is the point? Here's how to get on the mic size 6 grams of vitamin C per day baseline protocol. There's another level that's tetrabaltons. That's for health problems. There's a protocol titrating baltons for vitamin C. That's a different topic. Okay. What I'm talking about now, the 6 grams, that's the baseline amount. Okay. So 6 grams of vitamin C per day. How? Divided into 3 doses. 2 grams in the morning, 2 grams middle of the day, 2 grams end of the day. How do you do that? You find a kilo or a pound, a big amount of vitamin C powder, ascorbic acid. Once you have it home, pure ascorbic acid is only vitamin C. Ascorbic acid, vitamin C is the only ingredient. It's the only ingredient. Pure powder. You buy it, get it home. You got a pint glass. You scoop up a heaping teaspoon, meaning not flat, but a heaping teaspoon of ascorbic acid powder. You dump it into the glass, fill it to a third with cold water, or lukewarm at worst, and you stir it. You can have a faucet running, and you add a little bit more water, keep stirring, a little bit more water, and you keep stirring until it's mixed completely into the water and it's full to the top. So once you have the glass full of water and the powder is completely mixed into it, now you have half a liter of water with 6 grams of vitamin C in it. So how would you get 2 grams of vitamin C 3 times per day? Simply by drinking a third of that glass 3 times per day. So you can make it in the morning, drink the first third right away, the second third middle of the day, and the last third towards the end of the day. You could also pour it over into a container. Now I wouldn't recommend plastic or something like this, but you could pour it into a bottle and drink it. Now, so the best way to get your vitamin C is not 1 dose a day. You want to spread out your daily gram amount into several doses. And as a rule of thumb that I came up with is half the amount, meaning half the number of doses as gram amount. So if a person would decide to get 9 grams a day, if a person would decide to get 10 grams vitamin C per day, you should divide that into 5 doses, okay, at least. If you're going for 20 grams, there should be 10 doses. There will be 10 2-gram doses. So here's the point. Yeah, you get vitamin C powder, mix it into water, and you can drink it. That's how I take vitamin C. Today I have been taking vitamin C because I'm drinking. And vitamin C makes it hard to get drunk. So if I want to get a little bit tipsy from whiskey, I don't take vitamin C. Vitamin C is an antitoxin, and it protects you from toxins and makes it hard to be intoxicated. Okay. So unless I want to wait whiskey, if I'm looking to get a little bit tipsy from whiskey, I don't take as much vitamin C or not at all in the same day that I want to get tipsy, because vitamin C protects your body from toxins and drugs. It's hard to get drunk if you have a lot of vitamin C in your bloodstream. I'm not joking. So we're definitely going to have to do this game now. So this content for education purposes only does not replace professional medical advice. Always consult for a healthcare professional. But talk to a doctor, licensed physician, before acting on any of the advice. I give advice. Here's what I think you should do to be healthy. Talk to a doctor, licensed physician, before acting on anything you hear in this live stream. So if I say drink 3 liters of water per day, so it is, you run that by a doctor, okay? Licensed medical, whatever I say, you run by a doctor first. I'm sharing my personal belief and opinion. I'm not a doctor, okay? I wear a brown coat right now, not a white coat. I'm not a doctor. Do you see a stethoscope around my neck and a white coat? No, I'm not a doctor. So it's my personal belief and opinion. Dun, 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 dun. Go switch to other candidate, coward. So yeah, I'm a gangstalking, which means that people are paid to harass me and target me online in real life. So a lot of the haters and trolls I get on YouTube are actually paid by the deep state to harass me. Just that they got shield fence to target me. I'm not joking. I've had influencers target me. And the type of health advice I've been sharing is like, I could make money. I deserve to be paid for this. I share more valuable health fitness coaching for free than Ben Asada has been sharing for money, I understand. So, which is why I'm not gonna work too hard and like to try too hard to be valuable to. So I'll be valuable, but that people had to pay attention, understand? And they had to act on advice. Uh-huh. This is a YouTube channel, just want to and subscribe to. Yeah, so you want to look, feel, perform better, take my advice. If you don't. Speak of drinking, I'm gonna go have more whiskey. Drink more whiskey, pour up some whiskey. Rinse out the coffee glass and pour up some whiskey. It's 03:50 a.m. and I'm pulling all nighter. I'm up tonight. I'll be right back and I'll take a little break. See if we can. I find a video to play as a break video. one of my own. And I'm back. So I had some whiskey there. See what we get up to next. Dr. Cyberstalker is the same person. Looks like it's the same person or several people with the same account. And it's like the same comments all over. My size 5'3". I'm not 5'3", I'm 5'11". One is this, if I find my tape measure, I can do like a live responding to people say I'm 5'3". The rumors on my shortness is greatly exaggerated. I'm 5'11" with shoes. And without shoes, maybe 5'9", 5'9.5", 5'10" or something. So I don't go and brag about how tall I am. I'm not like a super tall guy. I'm around 5'9" somewhere, but I'm not 5'3". So there's a guy working to make me. There's a person working to make me triggered and cyber stalking me and on a smear campaign. So if I had chat up with it, the cyber porn sends the gang stalk porn sends cyber stalk to my chat to run a smear campaign on me in my own chat. Okay, Mike says a pedo. I'm not a pedo. I can post my criminal records. I'm not convicted of any sexual crimes. My criminal records. I'm not a pedo. Okay, I'm not attracted to kids. I'm not a rapist. I have been convicted of sex offender crimes. Um, I haven't murdered anybody either. The same person both I have murdered people before as well. I think they both had murdered 3 people. So it's like silly stuff, okay? So I'm not 5'3". I'm not a pedo. I'm not what this person is saying about me. So this is a gang stalker, cyber stalker. And it looks like it's the same person, or like maybe 2 or more people that are using the same accounts or using the same tactic. And also using my intro. My name is Mike Saha, I was born 1999, live in Oxford, Sweden. I'm a total video. I don't work at a daycare. So notice how it's like they're clearly lying. See, they're working to make me look like I'm a pedo. And they're writing that I'm working at a daycare. I don't work at a daycare, okay? I don't work in the daycare. I'm on disability. I'm not 5'3". No, they shouldn't. And I don't work at a daycare. And I don't think that it should be under 12. What a disgusting person. And then they write the N-word, slow dripping N-word. And then writing pedo, Max. I'm not a pedo. I'm not attracted to kids. I'm a Christian man. I'm married. My wife is in her 30s. Do I look like a guy who would have to rape somebody to get laid? Okay. Do I look like a guy who would have to rape somebody to get laid? I don't think so, buddy. I don't work at a daycare. Wow, that is really making me scared right now. Oh, yeah, sure. I don't think I have monster teeth, buddy. Look at my teeth. So, what you need to do, you need to trust in the blood of Christ, get saved, so you won't have to burn the lake of fire for eternity. That's what you need to do. Because right now you're a lost, sinning sinner, headed for hell and then the lake of fire. And whoso was not found with the book of life was cast in the lake of fire. The Bible teaches is saved through faith in his blood. So since you're spamming blood uh, in my account, what you need to do is trust in the blood of Christ, you disgusting freak. We're going to burn the lake of fire for eternity. Now, notice how you're trying to trigger me. Despite being drunk, I'm not really crashing out. I'm not super drunk, but I'm definitely a little bit drunk. A little bit tipsy, I would say. And I'm still not crashing out. What a sick weirdo. And I'm not putting up this comment to promote it, but it's like documentation. The next dart won't miss. So what they're doing, they're referencing, I've talked about, I got hit with a dart gun in the leg and survived an assassination attempt. And then why the next dart won't miss. So that's supposed to be a threat. Okay. I'm not worried about that. It didn't miss. It did hit my leg, but I still survived it. I refreshed the page because it started lagging. So we'll get up to next. So you can check Lambert's website about gangstalking videos. This website loads slowly because it's a mirror on the Wayback Machine. Notice how what's happening on YouTube is mirroring whistleblower Chuck Langenberg, whistleblower about gangstalking videos, and also Ted Gunderson. The two team. I haven't seen motorcycle gangs. I don't know if Chuck Langenberg, if they had bikers recruited to participate in his target, but I haven't seen motorcycle gangs really be part of the harassment. Government gangstalk is a government program, and I don't believe like the Hells Angels or whatever like motorcycle gangs would be looking to be working with the government. Okay, like 1%ers. There's 1% of motorcycle clubs. They're like motorcycle gangs. And Chuck Lambert said that biker gangs could be involved in the gangs. I haven't seen that in my town really, and I don't see gangbangers be involved in gang stalk like Swedish criminals, because these people are not looking to cooperate with the police typically. Do you understand? It's a part of people that are career criminals, if they're biker gangs or whatever type of criminal, they're not really looking to cooperate with the police. The police are the enemy to them. Okay? So I don't really see gangbangers participating in the targeting. It's like average Joes. It's family people. It's like your average Joes. It's people like average Joes and police officers. This is a government program. So it's like what I see. The people I see participating in gang stalk is police, security guards, average Joes, and normal. Well, it's not normal. Nobody's worked for this program is normal, but it's kind of average Joes. Here, closed by perps in chat and talk. So I'm not talking video here, getting worried about gang stalking. And when I get cyber stalked, it's gonna be this. Flooding in chat rooms. Closed by perps in chat rooms and talk. So perps is like inside baseball for participants in the gang stalking. Could say agents or flying monkeys. Flooding chat room overwhelmed by perp mobs to raise substantive discussions. Impersonation. Many people take one talk and talk chat room much like on the street. Sometimes it can be one person with like 10 accounts and they harass me. So, smear campaign slander is going to be part of every targeting. So, how to recruit people to target you and justify the target is slander and lies that you're a pedophile or rapist or you want to eat people's babies, whatever. They will paint you as a horrible person to be able to get away with. To feel like it's to recruit people to target you and justify what they do too. Now, I have been convicted of sex offender crimes. I am not a pedophile. I'm attracted to kids. Um, and I'm not like a murderer. I'm a Christian loner and I live my life and I stay home and mind my business. Um, but yeah, so you're gonna have smear campaigns.
Now it's catching up. Oh, now Rob.
$22.53. All-star. Jag ska till kissinformation på en hemma pocket. Okay, here we go. Oh. Here we go. Gotcha. Right there. let's get over there. Whoa. Okay. And I just died. So that was the end of the abnormal mode one. So that's how that works. See? So since I just died, all the saves were deleted. So that's one life Iron Man mode for you. You die just once, it's permanently game over. So that's the end of the anomaly mode one. Death by electrical anomaly. Like it was an electrical anomaly. And I was carrying some attachments to my armor that were making me more vulnerable to electricity. So that's the end of that run. And you know what? I'm gonna start a new one, and this is start a new run, by the way. And it's fun to start new. Gonna end this, start a new one.